Hey guys! Today I will talk about my experiences in high school, and I don't even need to make a middle school video since my elementary school went up to grade 8. So high school is the last school you are required to attend. There are 4 years of high school, but there used to be 5 in Canada until it was reduced to 4. High school is the time to figure out what you want to do once you graduate. So I did go to high school. I had good experience as well as some bad, and I will be talking about them in this video. So let's start by talking about my first year of high school, which is grade 9 at least in Canada. For me, grade 9 was getting off to a rocky start when I was waiting on my driveway for the school bus to show up, and it never did, so my dad had to drive me over to the school. Once there, I went to the general office and informed the secretary that my bus didn't come. Then I talked to one of the vice principals about it, and he said he would look into it and told me to come see him at my lunch period, and then he told me that my bus is not doing pickup at my house, and instead is picking up at an intersection outside of my street, and I was not at all informed of it ahead of time. So first semester of grade 9 was mostly good, but I could have done without that bullcrap detention. So my morning classes went for half a period, and my third class started at 9:43, and I entered the classroom at 9:43, and I was considered late because I walked in after the bell rang. The detention itself was very quick. The teacher just said not to be late again, and then I was free to go. It was such a pointless waste of time. So for me, high school was the first school to have a cafeteria. It was a very good cafeteria with very nice staff, and they made amazing cookies, and I just loved them so much. They were also pretty big too. The other thing I didn't enjoy in first semester was woodworking class, because I would get afraid to use the bandsaw because one time I snapped the blade off. But aside from that, first semester of grade 9 was good. But second semester was not so good. I had to take gym class, and I was not very good at most sports, and because of that, some people weren't so nice to me. Some guy attempted to beat me up for not being good at a sport. We were on the same team, and we lost because of me. I was even called brainless in other classes. Third period was my break from the meanies. The best class I took in second semester was hospitality, where you would do a lot of baking, and it was really fun, and my last exam was in that class. There was no exam for gym class. When I finished grade 9, I felt so relieved. I was glad to be done with it. So next is grade 10, and it was a much better year for me. I did take hospitality again. We got to cook and bake plenty of good food, and it was a lot of fun. And it was the highlight of first semester in grade 10. But even grade 10 wasn't a perfect year. I also took drama, and when I decided on taking it, I thought it would be fun. I enjoyed the drama I did in elementary school. But in high school, you do a lot more acting in drama class, and it was fun, but sometimes the memorization was just too much. I got lazy with memorizing this one monologue, and in the performance I asked for my lines many times. My drama teacher also had pretty high expectations, and it was hard to get a good grade in her class. If I remember, my final grade was 70 or 71. I honestly wanted to get out of the class in November, but I didn't think I was allowed to. Second semester was much better. I took computer class, and I got to do a lot of things in Photoshop and Adobe Flash, and I got to do stop motion, photography, and filming, and it was a lot of fun. I also took science for the last time, which I did like. The teacher was very nice. Overall, grade 10 was a great year. Next is grade 11, and yet again I took hospitality class, but this time it wasn't nearly as good as it was in grade 10. A lot of classes were spent chopping vegetables, and I was not comfortable using a chef knife. So I would spend a portion of my time cleaning dishes, and I realized that I didn't want to do baking as a career, and so I hobby zoned it. Other than that, first semester of grade 11 was pretty good. All my teachers were pretty nice, and I even got to learn about different religions, which was interesting, and I got to read the novel known as Speak, which is about a girl who goes into high school and not wanting to speak up about sexual assault. Reading this novel was definitely a highlight, as it kept me feeling intrigued. In second semester I had to take co-op class, where I would have to get a job, and getting that job was not easy. I got interviewed at a store called Zellers, but I didn't do very well, so I wasn't hired, and after some time, I ended up getting a job at a Shoppers Drug Mart, and it was good. I just didn't enjoy facing the products in the aisles. It was otherwise good, and the other employees were nice. And finally, grade 12, the final year of high school, and it was the best year. There was not a single class or teacher that I didn't like. I took computer class as my elective, and just like in grade 10, I got to do stuff in Photoshop and create animations in Adobe Flash, and I also did stop motion and filming, which was very fun. In my spare time in the class, I made 27 loops in GarageBand, and I still have them to this day. I even got an award for grade 11 English, which is great. In second semester I had to yet again take co-op, as it was required for the program I was in called Career Path. So I ended up getting a co-op placement at a store called Sport Check, and it was the best co-op placement I ever had, and it led me to becoming an official employee at the store, and I still am today. But not at the same location since 2019. At Sport Check I hung clothing, added security tags to them, and I also processed clearance shoes. I did so well in my co-op placement that I got the award for grade 12 cooperative education. My high school also does a camping trip for grade 12 students, but it didn't happen for my grade 12 year due to not enough people, including myself, not being interested. And I also didn't go to prom, because I didn't want to ask my parents for the money to pay for it, when I've had to ask them for money for various other things. Though I'm sure they would have been willing to pay for my prom. Looking back, I do wish I did go to prom, but it's too late and I've moved on. Lastly, I did go to graduation. I really enjoyed graduation day. There was even a graduation breakfast, which was awesome. The ceremony was long, but I was glad to finally be done with school, and it felt good to graduate. I didn't get a diploma since I was in a certificate program, but that's okay. I think I can get through life without a diploma. My abilities aren't defined by a fancy piece of paper. They are defined by my actions and brain. Why do I need a piece of paper to prove I'm good at anything? I don't. But I digress. High school was awesome overall, and I liked it. I also want to mention that my high school had a games club, where you can play video games alongside other people, and it was fun. And the club also did after-school social outings, which I did enjoy as well. And that's all I have to say in this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching.